much, sir, for joining us. Sir, I would like to know what role does ACMA Automechanika New Delhi edition is helping in strengthening India's position as at a global level.
So ACMA Automechanika, as you know, is already a global brand, has a huge following. We have Automechanikas around the world, 17 countries. So the brand Automechanika, without even doing any marketing, attracts people to the show. The situation today with all eyes being on India, having a ACMA Automechanika running and all eyes being on India is just a perfect sort of storm where people are coming. We have, even with a limited situation of marketing and internationally, we have a lot of international visitors. We have the largest scale show that we've ever had, 870 exhibitors exhibiting today, over 51,000 square meters gross. So it's a great show. It has a great following, and I think from a global perspective, it's a very well-known show that will lift up this industry sector, which is already now buoyant after the GST tax cuts.
So, sir, how is the shift, like we are transforming to electrification and digitalization, so how is this shift reflected in the exhibitors and technologies at 2026 edition?
So you'll see a lot of technologies which are shifting, but you when you say in this market of India, the shift from components to electronics, it's going to take a long time. Not because you haven't got the shift happening, it's because you have a lot of vehicles on the road which still need servicing, maintaining. India is a market that is not going to overnight change like a European market where you see a shift from ICE vehicles to electric vehicles, and this shift. You will see every type of transport on the road in India for many decades, and you see it today. I see the electrical vehicle next to me, but I also see a car that's maybe 50 or 60 years old still working next to me on the same highway. Yeah, so it's the components market in India has a long longevity still to go, but technology is changing. There is a shift, and companies are developing and doing R&D in the areas, and you'll see it. You'll see EV related products across the show. I think the area where we have to focus is there's going to be a very big shift in what comes into a garage in the coming years. Today, a lot of these new cars, a lot of the electric cars, they're all very new. Nothing's wrong with them. In the next 2 or 3 years, they'll need servicing. They'll need replacement parts. This is where the training and the upskilling of the garage and the garage workers and the equipment in the garage is going to need to come. So the manufacturing side will always keep up, because manufacturing is related to OEM. The OEMs, what they're manufacturing, these guys have to make sure that they can provide to the OEM that's selling the vehicle. But when that vehicle then transits into a garage in the coming years, how will they cope with it? And that knowledge transfer, that training, that upscaling people's skills, this will be, I think, the next evolution that we have to try and navigate around in this industry sector.
So, sir, as you mentioned, we need to be upskill the labor, the workforce. Sorry. So, do you have any plan to? Are you working with some organization or other organizations to upskill the workforce? Or
no. So what we will do, and as we see this happening, we will create workshops and we will create conferences, knowledge transfer and workshop in which they can do this. So we already have workshops running here at the show. But these type of workshops become relevant when it's the need of the hour. So today, I would say I can see it. This is what's going to be the next phase. So if I look at Automechanika 2028, I could very much imagine a whole host of workshops, all based around garage servicing, garage upskilling, garage equipment, which would be changing to the equipment from what we have today. So that's my view of how things are going to develop, my view of where things will go, but that's exactly what we will do. And we will see which international organizations we can bring in to run these workshops.
Okay, sir. So, what role do sustainable component solution and clean fuel technologies play at this year's show?
So again, this is again not a show on hydrogen or the fuel side of it, but it's a show on components. Now, I think many companies here take sustainability quite seriously because a lot of companies who are here who are exporting are exporting to European or American companies who have to maintain a certain standard of sustainability. If that's not being met, then the product cannot be bought.
Yes.
So sustainability is coming into not only this sector, but into many sectors, especially those sectors which are in the export area, where the buyers demand that one of the conditions that is met is that how the product is produced, what is the water level it's being used again to produce it, what are the environments that it's done to make it produce the amount, and that factor will be a major factor in how sustainability is done. It is being done. It is being done at quite a fast pace in India compared to if I look at some of the other developing countries. India is now in very much not thinking about sustainability, but really involved in the sustainability process. So companies are doing it. Most of the companies that do it very well are those who are export orientated.
Right. So, sir, what are the key trends that you are seeing in coming years? Like, if you are organizing a show in ACMA Automechanika 2028, so what will be the key trends are going?
So, I think the key trends is what I touched on. I think the technology change in the car servicing area, the equipment that you require, the training that you require. This is going to be a key trend. Collision management, which is coming up, and I think your first point is probably the most vital point for 2028 is this changeover from the standard vehicle, petrol vehicle to the electric vehicle. This is going to, I think, accelerate. I see more and more electric cars on the roads in India now. I see a lot of new electric cars, fully electric, not even hybrid, fully electric cars. So those cars in the next 2 years, 3 years are going to need components, parts which are completely different to that of today. So I can see a shift in the look and feel of my show. Not that this will get any less. Like I said to you, these cars are staying on our roads for many years, but I can see a shift where an EV segment or the technology segment for EVs that support EVs will be a much bigger segment than it is today.
Right. So, sir, how are the Asian markets and particularly India influencing global aftermarket strategies?
So, I wonder whose strategy is. Let's see. It is highly influencing it because today India is the trusted partner that people want to be. So internationally, people are looking for China plus one.
Yes.
India has a different philosophy. India has a philosophy of self-reliance, and that's what they're going for. So they're looking at making sure that there's no part of any manufacturing that is done that is required from somebody else, especially when we talk about semiconductors, chips, and all the rest of it. So the government is pushing and having a lot of schemes to help people manufacture here. Today, the supply chain is what it is, and of course there's been a heavy reliance on China.
Right.
But people are changing and they're looking for an alternative, and India is that alternative because there is nowhere else in the world at the moment can give the level of manufacturing, the quality of manufacturing, and the reliability that India can. So it's being influenced internationally because the market is buoyant, has had a stable government with positive policies for the last 15 years. And I think this has had a sea change. And after what happened 5 years ago, people are looking for this new market. And this is why you see the show that you see today, which is doubled in size from the last edition. You see that, and you see that with the visitor, and you see that with the international visitor, because they are looking for the next place to source. India is that next place. And I think that is, whether that's by chance, and India is just in the perfect position, and it's done superbly well in this sector and in the way it manufactures, in the quality of its manufacturing. India has always been very, in the aftermarket, it's always been a global player. It's always been, if I look at my shows globally, India's always had a presence at my shows. Indian companies have always been present at my shows worldwide. So I think they've always been a global player, but today they have a very big chance of capturing market share that they never had before. And I think it's in a really opportune position currently.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the
No, thank you very much.